So we finished chapter one yesterday, but I think it would be better and advisable if we go through the summary of the chapter again. Though we did it yesterday, but still I prefer, we just go through the summary once more.
Sure, sounds good.
So points of power. How you feel in any one moment is more important than anything else, because how you feel right now is creating your life. Your feelings are the power of your thoughts and words. It's what you feel that matters. These are not the points. Oh, I have got to a wrong chapter. Yeah. Okay. So getting on to the love is not weak, feeble, or soft. Love is the positive force of life. Love is the cause of everything positive and good. Everything you want to be, do, or have comes from love. The positive force of love can create anything good, increase the good things, and change anything negative in your life. Every day, in every moment, you make the choice whether to love and harness the positive force or not. The law of attraction is the law of love, and it is the law that is operating in your life. Whatever you give out in life is what you receive back in life. Give positivity, you receive back positivity. Give negativity, you receive back negativity. Life doesn't happen to you. You receive everything in your life based on what you've given. Whether your thoughts and feelings are good or bad, they return as automatically and precisely as an echo. People who have great lives think and talk about what they love more than what they don't love. Talk about the good news of the day, talk about what you love, and bring what you love to you. You have an unlimited ability to think and talk about what you love. And so you have an unlimited ability to bring everything good in life to you. Love, because when you love, you're using the greatest power in the universe. Coming to chapter number 2, the power of feelings. Feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard, 1905 to 1972, New Thought author. You are a feeling being. From the moment you're born, you're always feeling something, and so is every other person. You can stop your conscious thoughts when you are sleeping, but you can never stop feeling, because to be alive is to feel life. You are a feeling being to the core of you. And so it's no accident that every part of your human body is created so that you can feel life. You have the sense of sight, hearing, taste, smell, and touch so that you can feel everything in life. They are feeling senses because they enable you to feel what you see, feel what you hear, feel what you taste, feel what you smell and touch. Your entire body is covered with a fine layer of skin, which is a feeling organ, so that you can feel everything. How you feel in any one moment is more important than anything else, because how you feel right now is creating your life. it's interesting here to see हमारे जितने भी ये sense perceptions है ना, all these 5 senses we have, now they are the only inputs for the body. Whatever we want from the outside world can only happen through these 5 senses, along with, yes, skin, which is the touch. So either you can see something, or you can hear something from the outside, or you can taste it, smell it, or touch it. So jitne bhi outside experiences hai, their first point of contact is through your 5 senses only. And the feeling, which is the major part of your soul, happens through those 5 senses only. There is no other way where you can give the input to the body without these 5 senses. Your feelings are the fuel. Your thoughts and words have no power at all in your life without your feelings. You think so many thoughts in a day that don't amount to anything because many of your thoughts don't elicit a strong feeling within you. It's what you feel that matters. Now remember, out of 86,400 seconds, an average human being has about 60 to 66,000 thoughts. Apparently, 2/3 are negative, but it's what thought you are giving it a feeling. That is what is going to, determine how your mood is going to be. Because a thought can be as random as in a one in a second. So even if you don't give it feeling, it's just going to come and go away. But if that thought comes and you get clinged on to it and you start feeling that thought, whatever is in that thought, that is where you are in that game. Now, if it's positive or negative, that will depend on the exact situation and your perception. But जिस thought को हमने अपनी feeling नहीं दी, it will have no effect. It is like a random pop-up which happened and it went. It's not going to affect you. But yeah, your association with that thought is your feeling. And that feeling would definitely be with your 5 senses. Now just imagine, for example, a thought comes of hunger. And suddenly I see a cake. I can have that taste in my mouth. What is that? That's the feeling given to that thought. That is the energy given to that thought. That energy transfer will only happen once there is feeling, and feelings are very, very essential through the sensory perceptions we have. Imagine your thoughts and words as being like a rocket ship and your feelings as the fuel. A rocket ship is a stationary vehicle that can't do anything without fuel, because the fuel is the power that lifts the rocket ship. It's the same with your thoughts and words. Your thoughts and words are vehicles that can't do anything without your feelings, because your feelings are the power of your thoughts and words. If you think, I can't stand my boss, that thought is expressing a strong negative feeling you have about your boss. And you're giving out that negative feeling. As a consequence, your relationship with your boss will continue to get worse. If you think, I work with some fabulous people in my job, those words are expressing the positive feelings you have about the people you work with, and you are giving out that positive feeling. As a consequence, your relationship with your work colleagues will continue to get better. The emotions must be called upon to give feelings to the thought, so it will take form. Charles Hennel, 1866 to 1949, New Thought author. I'm repeating, the emotions must be called upon to give feelings to the thought, so it will take form. Now, the mind will think about a thought. The emotions of the body with the feeling of the soul combined will give it a form. That is the basic cycle of creation, which starts from a thought coupled with emotions and the feeling, and then discreted. And then it will be finally verbalized. Good and bad feelings. Like everything else in life, your feeling can be neither positive or negative. You have good feelings or bad feelings. All good feelings come from love, and all the negative feelings come from a lack of love. The better you feel, like when you feel joyful, the more love you give out. And the more love you give, the more you receive. The worst you feel, like when you feel despair, the more negativity you will give out. And the more negativity you give, the more negativity you receive back in life. The reason you feel so bad with negative feelings is because love is the positive force of life, and negative feelings don't have much love in them. The better you feel, the better life gets. The worse you feel, the worse life gets, until you change how you feel. When you feel good, your thoughts are automatically good too. You cannot feel good and have negative thoughts at the same time. Likewise, it's impossible for you to feel bad and have good thoughts at the same time. How you feel is an exact reflection, a precise measure to the finest degree of what you're giving out in any moment. When you feel good, you don't have to be concerned about anything else because your thoughts, words, and actions will be good. Simply by feeling good, you are guaranteed to be giving love. And all of that love must come back to you. Now, as you can see on the screen, I have this chart which is called the feelings chart. Now, the feelings chart has some letters written in the white, which are on the the topper half of the page. And there are some feelings which are written slightly reddish black, which are on the lower side of the page. Now, there is a yellow light right on top of the word love. And we can't see, but there is actually a black light here, which is not visible. It's actually there in the photograph, in the book. I'll try to share this chart wherein the white and the dark is clearly visible. Now, what is the significance of this chart? Now, as you can see, this is the middle of the page. So this is like the borderline. Anything above this borderline is above the line feelings, top feelings, positive feelings, love feelings. You know, all your feelings of satisfaction, hope, enthusiasm, excitement, passion, joy, gratitude, love. These are all positive and above the line feelings. Whereas the below the line feelings or the negative feelings are boredom, irritation, disappointment, worry, criticism, anger, hate, envy, guilt, despair, fear. So this is the balance line. All the feelings above are the positive and above line feelings. The below feelings are degraded below the line negative feelings. Now, the journey of being consciously aware is a journey from darkness to light, from below the line feelings to above the line feelings, from negative feelings to positive feelings. Now, what exactly does this feeling chart signify? I kind of denoted something similar to a FM radio. When you're in your car or you're listening to radio, there are different channels which are at different frequencies. So if you want to listen to something and a channel is famous for some English numbers, so for example, we take 104 FM is known for playing good English rock numbers. So if I have to listen to good English rock numbers, I will tune the frequency of my radio to 104 so that I am able to listen to English rock songs. Similarly, if I want to listen to some Hindi old songs, for example, 98.3 FM is famous for playing Hindi old songs. So if I want to listen to Hindi old songs, I will tune into a particular frequency of 98.3 on my radio. Now, this feelings is nothing but a frequency chart. All emotions which are mentioned here, including above the line feeling emotions and feelings or below the line feelings and emotions, they have a specific frequency. And remember, if you tune in to 98.3 as an example, which we just mentioned, you will get to hear Hindi songs, not English songs. So if you're on the frequency of fear, you will attract fearful experiences. You will get more scared. But whereas if you're on the frequency of gratitude, you will attract all those instances revolving around that frequency of gratitude. So now changing the frequency is a very, very consciously aware thing, which as a human we need to do. And that is where you come in with your mood shifters or anything which you can. But yeah, the premise is you are consciously aware. So you need to know which frequency channel are you tuned on. Whenever you switch on your car or your radio, it will tell you the frequency you are on. And you make that conscious effort to change that frequency and tune into that particular channel where you want to listen to that particular thing. So that is the similar with all these feelings and emotions. So if you catch yourself in the negative zone, in the below the line zone, all you need is a conscious effort to just shift the frequency of that particular feeling, that particular emotion to the desired emotion, the desired feeling. It's that simple. Whenever you are in below the zone, just make a conscious effort and just tell yourself, snap, I'm out of it. It will work. It works. Yeah, the key is again awareness and being consciously aware. Because once you are in the negative zone and you are not aware and you do not make an effort to change, you will sulk into it. You will continue to attract everything that is on that particular frequency. Till the time you don't make an effort to change that frequency, the channel will not change on its own. Could be somebody else comes, lifts your mood, changes your frequency, or somebody else walks into your car and says, kya bakwas sun raha hai, and changes the radio frequency. That is possible. But you as an individual, you as a human being has that power in order to choose the frequency of the feeling, of the emotion that you want to be. And trust me, it's very easy. All you need to be All you need to do is to be aware where you are on this frequency chart and just make a conscious effort of snapping the feeling and tuning into a new frequency. As simple as changing a radio channel. Good means good. Most people understand how it feels to feel good or really bad, but don't realize they are living with the negative feelings a lot of the time. People think that feeling bad means feeling extreme negativity, such as sadness, grief, anger, or fear. And while feeling bad does include all those feelings, negative feelings come in many degrees. If you feel okay most of the time, you may think that feeling okay is a positive feeling because you don't feel really bad. If you've been feeling really bad and you now feel okay, then most certainly feeling okay is far better than feeling really bad. But feeling okay most of the time is a negative feeling, because feeling okay is not feeling good. They are two separate things. Okay is you are a borderline case. You can anytime go down in the negative zone. So till the time you do not push yourself up from the borderline, that is considered as negative. Yes, if you are in any of the feelings which is above okay and close to good or best or, ecstasy, that is again the positive zone. But if it's just okay, it is considered negative. Feeling okay most of the time is a negative feeling because feeling okay is not feeling good. Feeling good means feeling good. Good feelings mean you are happy, joyful, excited, enthusiastic, or passionate. When you are feeling okay, average, or you're not really feeling anything much at all, then your life will be okay, average, or not much at all. This is not a good life. Good feelings means you really feel good. And feeling really good is what brings a really good life. The measure of love is love without measure. Saint Bernard of Clairvaux, 1090 to 1153, Christian monk and mystic. It's interesting here. Everybody would have a common question. How can everything be good all the time? कभी तो नेगेटिव होगा, कभी तो कुछ पंगा पड़ेगा, होएगा, किसने कहा नहीं होगा? पॉजिटिव है तो नेगेटिव साथ साथ आएगा ना, नेगेटिव है तो पॉजिटिव भी साथ साथ आएगा. Initially, you are forcing yourself. You have to follow a basic principle of faking it to making it. Fake it till you make it. Because we are just starting this journey. It's not easy for the mind to just be in a good feeling all the time. Not possible. It's a human mind. 30, 40 years, you've not given it that feeling. How do you expect it to change in one day? Not possible. You need to be consciously aware and use your mood shifters and change your frequencies. And in the initial phases, you have to fake it till you make it. That's one of the basic principles of neuro-linguistic programming, where you work with the subconscious mind through your conscious mind, using this principle of fake it till you make it. Because जब वो बार बार mind के अंदर जाएगा, then the mind gets shattered. It's like you're continuously asking, पैसे दे दे, पैसे दे दे, पैसे दे दे, पैसे दे दे, पैसे दे दे. One fine day, अंदर यार ले पैसे यार, तू जान छोड़ मेरी. It's actually like that. So you need to fake it till you make it in the initial stages. When you are feeling joyful, you are giving joy, and you will receive back joyful experiences, joyful situations, and joyful people. Wherever you go, from the smallest experience of your favorite song playing on the radio to the bigger experiences of receiving a pay raise, all of the circumstances you experience are the law of attraction responding to your feeling of joy. When you are feeling irritated, you are giving irritation, and you'll receive back irritating experiences, irritating situations, and irritating people wherever you go. From the small irritation of a mosquito to the bigger irritation of your car breaking down, all of these experiences are the law of attraction responding to your irritation. Every good feeling unites you with the force of love, because love is the source of all good feelings. Feelings of enthusiasm, excitement, and passion come from love. And when you feel any of them consistently, they give you a life filled with enthusiastic, exciting, and passionate thing. Now, the key word is consistently. That is where the effort comes. That is where the philosophy of faking it till you make it comes. You got to make consciously aware, consistent efforts. That is where it's going to change. If the choice is not changed, the consequence will not change. So you need to be consistent in terms of your efforts of changing that choice so that the consequence will change. If you continue to make the same choice, I guarantee you, you're going to have the same consequences. It will not change. Consequence will not change till the time choices are not changed, because consequence is a resultant of your choice. You can harness the power of a good feeling to the fullest by turning up its volume. To turn up the volume of a feeling, take charge of it and deliberately intensify it so you feel as good as you can. To amplify enthusiasm, revel in the feeling of enthusiasm. Milk the feeling for all that you can by feeling it intensely. When you feel passion or excitement, revel in those feelings and intensify them by feeling them as deeply as you can. The more you amplify your good feelings, the greater the love you give, and the result you will receive back in your life will be nothing short of spectacular. Now, this is where your homework comes in handy. When you're writing your joyful moments, you're giving them more energy so that they bounce back with more joyful events. When you're feeling any good feeling, you can also amplify it by looking for things you love. Before sitting down to write this book, each day I spent several minutes amplifying my good feelings. To amplify my good feelings, I thought about all the things I love. I counted the things I love non-stop, one after the other: my family, friends, home, flowers in the garden, the weather, colors, situations, events, and things I loved that happened during the week, month, or year. I kept listing everything I love in my mind until I felt amazing. Then I sat down to write. It's as easy as that to amplify your good feelings, and you can do it anywhere at any time. We'll stop the book here. We'll continue this chapter from tomorrow. In case anybody has any doubts, questions, gray areas, regarding this chapter of the power of feeling and the feelings chart.
Arjun, you talked about mood shifters, right? And you said snap and try and move. A lot of time it happens that one gets stuck in that feeling, right? And you're not able to get yourself out of it. Um, I mean, you would have done other, the magic, etc., which I missed out. Were there techniques of mood shifting or
Yeah,
anything that
many.
this book also has that you could probably share, which could be tips to be able to help to not go further deep into that negative feeling that you have and to be able to actually very quickly get out of that negative emotion?
Yeah, actually, I'll try to see if I have the link for that mood shifters video. I'll post it. But a very quick exercise: sit down calmly in a relaxed mind, write down 10 to 15 things that make you feel good. It could be it could be as vague as a smoke. It could be as vague as eating chocolate. It could be anything that makes you feel good. Make that list. Keep that list handy. That's your mood shifters.
You're saying when keep that list handy and ready. So when you're not feeling too good, you look at that list. That's what you're saying?
Yeah. Initially,
Okay.
you need a reference guide. No?
Hmm.
Like for
Sure.
me, somehow Snap works wonders. I don't know why, but it does. It started doing now. जब मुझे लगता है कि मैं सल्किन हो रहा हूँ, I just tell myself, Arjun Soni, time for you to switch. So it's over the time. But हाँ, पहले I also tried smoking, chocolates, pastries. Eating was a big pleaser for me. I am not the type जिसको स्ट्रेस हो रहा है या कोई नेगेटिव हो रहा है, मैं एक्सरसाइज कर लेता हूँ, मुझे लगता है खा लो यार, so everybody has different. I might just pick up a good book and just lock myself in a room with a book. That changes my mood. Or a good
Music,
YouTube video.
music also works
Music
sometimes.
works. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Music is
because
one of the
sometimes
best.
when,
it does.
if you like,
हाँ, but
you just
depends
put
ना,
on some music and
आप नेगेटिव में आके देवदास वाले गाने लगा लोगे and
हाँ,
everything, so that also works. Okay, sometimes it's good to do those catharsis, because catharsis is one of the body's way of getting it out.
as a kid, I remember I used to, as a kid also one used to get irritated or kuch ladai ho gayi,
Yeah.
with friend or so I used to come home, put on the music, shut the door and dance. And
Well, a lot of people do that.
complete shift of mood
Yeah.
dancing.
But I
A
had
lot of
one more
people talk to the mirror
question.
also.
Tony, one school of thought says that Rolo, you'll feel better. You know what I mean? That means just get into it completely and cry it out, cry your heart out, and you'll feel better and you'll feel lighter, right? But here we are not going there. We are stopping that and we are changing our mood to make us feel better. So these seem to be two different ways to try and achieve the main thing, which is to feel better.
Currently we're in a
So,
stage where you are faking it to make it. हम अपनी स्टेज के
hmm,
हिसाब से अपना वो डिसाइड करेंगे. I said that will come at a later stage, because when you're consciously
sure.
aware and in that awareness, even if you cry, that's a catharsis for the body.
Sure.
That's at a later stage, not right now.
Okay.
Because अभी क्या है, अभी हमें आइडेंटिफाई करना है. अभी it's like we can say that we've just started the book. It's like we are reading the alphabets. अभी उसके बाद हम words बनाएंगे, उसके बाद sentences बनेंगे, फिर हम paragraph लिखेंगे, फिर हम essays लिखेंगे. So that's how gradually how it's going to be. So abhi what matters to us right now at this point of time is we need to be aware. ये negative आ रहा है, मुझे change करना है. See, because I'll tell you one basic thing which I referred earlier. Any negative has to go out of the body, because it gets stored in some body part. So we'll come that to a later stage. Right now is just identifying. This is A, this is B, this is C. If I tell Manthan, he's 3.5. If I show him a placard saying B, and if he says C, I'll tell him, no, Manthan, this is not C. See, this is B. B for ball. So this is the initial stage. We need to be aware what is A, what is B, what is C, what is positive, what is negative. Where are we on the scale? Uske baad we'll work. So current stage mein, our mool mantra is be consciously aware and fake it till you make it. Abhi hum us journey pe start kar rahe hain. We will come back to catharsis and crying and everything. That is a later stage. That is writing essays. Because then you will be, fully in your awareness, in the oneness which everybody talks about. I hope I am able to answer your queries, Om.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Anything else? Anybody else wants to clarify anything? Any doubts? Any gray areas? It's very important to question, because see, as it is, we are just reading a book. तो वैसे भी अगर हम बुक पढ़ेंगे तो हमें समझ आ जाएगी. बट क्या होता है, as you see, we are not small kids. We are good. I think nearly everybody is 35, 40 plus here. So we have had 35, 40 years of our own experiences. So our question bank is full. The whole issue is that we've not got any kind of a platform to ask. That is one basic thing. Second is our own hesitation also, that plays a role. So it's very important to clarify. If it's meant to be clarified, it will be clarified. If it's not meant to be clarified, it won't be clarified. I leave it entirely to the universe. If I have to answer it, the universe will give me the answer. So it's not me who's answering, it's the universe which is answering. So please feel free, whatever is it, whatever doubt you have, you can always, share your opinion, point of view, everything. It's an open platform.